welcome back to my channel. In this week's video I'll be talking over how I did in game week 17. I got a green arrow, so we're starting off on a positive note. Then I'll be running through a few players that are on my watch list, my transfer plans, and of course my team selection for game week 18. So let's get straight into it. We have a green arrow. My overall rank is currently 498,785. I keep staying around the 500,000 ranking, so I'd quite like to make some progress and go more towards 100k. I've got 987 points in total. I got 58 points this game week. I've got one free transfer, and I did transfer out Haaland for Watkins, so I've got 6 million in the bank. First up, we have got Dubravka, and it's very rare on this channel that we actually have a keeper with a clean sheet, but Dubravka was able to do that for me. We got a clean sheet and a save point, giving me 7 in total. Absolutely gutted that Trippier was out for this game week, because that would have been 2 clean sheets in the bag, but never mind. Coming into the defence, Trent. Finally, I have got my returns from him. He got a clean sheet and 3 bonus points, despite the fact that he had no attacking returns. 3 bonus points is amazing for a defender. I'm so happy. Considering it was 0-0, I was expecting a lot of goals against Manchester United, so I won't lie, I did expect Trent to get maybe a goal and an assist, but I'm taking the 3 bonus. 9 points from a defender. Stunning, great work. In less exciting news, we have got Matty Cash once again with a blank. He started. I was feeling optimistic about this. He played 64 minutes. Unfortunately, Villa did concede a goal to Brentford, and Cash was on the pitch whilst that happened. So we got 2 points from him. And then Pinnock, again, conceded 2 goals. He did play the full 90, which is positive going forward. I don't really have to worry about him being rotated out, but only 1 point from Pinnock. The midfield, slightly more interesting. We'll start off with Willian, my absolute wonder boy from the previous game week. Unfortunately, he didn't play. I don't know what this means for the future of him. I'm hoping he's just having a rest and he'll be ready to go this game week. But we got 0 points, so instead we got Chris Wood from the bench, only 1 point. Will Forrest maybe have a new manager bounce? I hope so, if I'm going to keep hold of Wood for a little bit longer. And then we've got Gordon, again, amazing. I am such a fan of Gordon. He got an assist in Newcastle's 3-0 win, and he also got the clean sheet point. Then Salah, the captaincy, really disappointing, but I have got, what is it? Misery loves company. 3.5 million managers captained him, and unfortunately we only got 3 points from him, so we got 6 in total. This game week we were all left disappointed. If we did captain Salah, we're really, really unlucky, because he actually had the most shots on target out of all the players of this game week, and he produced an attacking return in the last 16 home games, going back into last season as well at Anfield. So this is his first blank at home in such a long time, and his first blank at home this season. It's painful when you think that you've got a really solid captaincy shout, and unfortunately it was a flop, but at least we got the 3-pointer. It could have been worse. It could have come away with 0 points for some wild reason. And then Saka also had his first blank at home this season. I think he got really, really unlucky, considering he did have 4 shots and he created 3 chances against Brighton. But these things happen. I still have faith in Saka. He's not as explosive as I was expecting, but generally he's ticking along quite nicely. And then Cole Palmer, I got outed on my recent live stream because someone asked me my thoughts on captaining Palmer, and I said don't go there unless you have a gut instinct. I'm finding it very hard to back Chelsea players at the moment this season, but he is on fire. 14 points this game week. He's had 10 goal involvements this season, averaging 6.8 points per start, which matches Haaland. Palmer is in the same category as Haaland at the moment. He is such a good budget midfielder. I see his ownership flying up in the next couple of game weeks if he carries on this trajectory. He is so cheap, he's on penalties, and he just seems to be involved in everything Chelsea are doing at the moment. So thank goodness we have Palmer on our team. And then we have got the front two. Darwin. Not only did he blank, he managed to get a yellow card. So 2 points would have been respectable. 1 point, sad. Played 77 minutes. Don't know what to do about him, but I think there's other fires to put out on the team, so I think he will probably just keep staying in my team for the foreseeable. And then Ollie Watkins, he scored and he got 3 bonus points. Sad that I didn't captain him, but I didn't really consider it. And then there's nothing massive going on the bench. Areola, obviously, 0-pointer. Wood came in for Willian. Gahey, 2 points. And Trippier was suspended because of his yellow card instance, so he was out anyway. Now, we are going to come into my watch list because I wanted to discuss my transfer plans, and I can already see the comments saying, what about this person, what about this person? There are some really obvious picks and some really great picks that I do want to bring into my team, but I'm trying to play it cool, do some thoughtful, nice, slow transfers. So these are the players that are on my watch list, but not necessarily coming in this game week. I've got two mice at the moment. I keep clicking the wrong one. We have got Solanke, Richarlison, and Alex Moreno. Moreno's one of those ones I always have to say his full name. But we'll start off with Solanke. Unfortunately, he was in my team, and then I transferred him out for Darwin. These are those mistakes that you're going to look back on at the end of the season and think, why was I so silly? But alas, Solanke is out of the team. But he is Bournemouth's talisman and penalty taker. The team's absolutely on fire at the moment. They're ranking third for expected goals in the past 6 game weeks, and they're showing no signs of slowing down. I think Solanke is just a really, really decent pick. I want him in my front 3, but we just need to figure out a way of getting him in. And then Richarlison, I am so tempted by Richarlison. He scored 3 goals in his last 2 matches playing up front. With Son off to the Asian Cup from Gameweek 21, Richarlison is pretty much nailed in the centre-forward role. And I definitely want him in there by then, if not sooner. I'm trying to fight the urge to take a -4, because I don't mind taking a hit. I quite like doing it. In the same way, segue, you should like this video if you're watching it and subscribe. But I do quite enjoy taking a hit when it pays off. But I think I've taken 2 hits this season. 1 paid off, 1 didn't. So I'm a little bit apprehensive about it at the moment. But potentially, especially with Gordon maybe being out, I could bring in Richarlison this week for a hit. But I don't know. Persuade me in the comments. And then Alex Moreno. He's had his first start of the season after a long-term injury, and he managed to score against Brentford, and he picked up 10 points this game week. He may be Emery's first choice left back, and he's got a very, very welcome fixture against Sheffield United coming up. But we're going to have to wait and see. And I think I'd probably be doing a sideways move of cash to Moreno. And I don't really know if it's massively worth it. Obviously, I think I prefer Moreno as an asset, but I need to see what's going on with him going forward. So they are the 3 players on my watch list. Do let me know in the comments who you are keeping an eye on at the moment, because I'm sure you will see at least 2 of these 3 in my team, probably the next 5 game weeks. But now we will talk about my transfer for this week. Oh, it's flown off. All good things must come to an end, and I think it is time to take Matty Cash out of my team. I'm a little bit gutted about this one because I think he had so much promise, and it's definitely me being stubborn after benching him when he got his 17-pointer. Since then, we haven't really seen that much from him. He's 4.7 million, ownership's at 21.8%, but he hasn't been having regular starts recently. And then when he has started, I haven't been that impressed. The upcoming fixtures, I am a bit apprehensive about taking him out ahead of Sheffield United at home. Obviously, Villa are performing really, really well at home this season. And I would quite like to take a risk and keep him in. And I do think my defence is still quite strong because I've got Trent and I've got Trippier. So I don't know whether this is a transfer I'm 100% going to do, or if I should just wait it out a week, go into game week 19 with 2 free transfers and so much money in the bank because I haven't got Haaland. I would want to get rid of cash anyway by Manchester United away, but then again, they've got Burnley at home. But the fact that he's not nailed kind of puts me off, and I think it's holding me back. So that brings me to everyone's favourite defender at the moment, Pedro Porro, 5.5 million. So he's a bit more expensive than cash, but definitely worth the money. His ownership is also at 21.8% at the time of recording, and the upcoming fixtures look really nice for Spurs. They've got Everton at home, and they've got Brighton away, and then they've got Bournemouth at home. I think, to be honest, Brighton is a fairly easy one for Spurs because they haven't been at their best and they're conceding a lot of goals anyway. But I am tempted. Porro also ranks 2nd behind Trippier for expected goal involvement. He's over the past 6 game weeks, he's had the highest expected assists and expected goal involvements out of all defenders. And he started playing way more creatively since Maddison has been out. And I think he's just a really, really appealing pick. He's a decent price point. And he's probably the player that's missing the most on my team. I try to avoid the kind of FPL Twitter template as much as possible in my team, but I think this is one that I just can't avoid. I really, really like Porro. I want to bring him in. So of all the transfers and including the players on my watch list, I think this is probably the one that I'm most likely to go with. But you may judge me for this. If we go into my Gameweek 18 team selection, you will see that I am hopeful for 150 points. This is definitely not going to happen with this team, but Christmas miracles and all that. I've still got my 1 free transfer to use because I haven't used it in this team. I have gone for Dubravka in goal, and then Trippier, Cash, Trent in defence, Palmer, Gordon, Salah, Saka, Willian. We're taking a risk on Willian, hoping it was just a case of resting him. Then Darwin and Ollie Watkins for captaincy. On the bench, I've got Areola. I've got Wood first up if Gordon isn't playing, because Gordon is injured at the moment. And it's a Bournemouth at home game. Will we see a new manager bounce from Forest? Maybe. They haven't looked very strong. I'm very sad to see Cooper go. And I don't know, I'm not going to get involved in it, but I think they should have stuck by him. But I do appreciate the reasons for going with someone new. But Cooper, yeah, it's just sad, isn't it? I don't even know if we'll start, to be honest. So this is, again, quite a risky one. Then we've got Kabore, and then obviously Brentford are blanking this game week along with City. So Pinnock is fourth on the bench and won't do anything for my team. But just to touch on some bits that I'm quite interested in, excited about. Trippier, he is back after his suspension and he's facing Luton, which is a really, really great fixture for Newcastle. Luton have only scored 18 goals this season, which is the fourth worst in the league. And they've got an expected goals conceded of 22.23. Trippier's on set pieces. He's already had 7 assists so far this season. So I'm really hoping he will pick up another one and keep a clean sheet. Obviously, also want the clean sheet for Dubravka, and it would be very nice if we can have that double win. Willian, I am remaining optimistic that if he was rested last week that he will play against Burnley. Again, a home fixture. We've seen Fulham. They've annihilated teams at home, so I'm sure they can do that against Burnley. Fulham are also the second most likely this week to keep a clean sheet. So if we can get Willian to have an attacking return, clean sheet point, lovely. We could get double digits from Willian maybe this week. Maybe. That is a big maybe. But optimism, Christmas cheer. And then obviously, I brought Ollie Watkins back in my team last week and he delivered immediately. He is the consistent player I need, and similar to taking out Solanke, not quite sure what the thought process was there. Might watch back on my videos and see how I justified that to myself. But Watkins is currently the second highest scoring forward in the game, and he's got an XG of 8.4. This home fixture is absolutely perfect for Watkins, as Sheffield United have conceded the most goals of any team, with 43 in total. So it would be quite nice if Watkins could take that up to 46 that they've conceded and just score every single one. I'm sure there will be some McGinn involvement somewhere, which I'll be really jealous of missing out on, but he is in my team in spirit, if not physically. But I think I am going to be in a stronger position if I roll the transfer, and then I'll have 2 free transfers going into Gameweek 19, and I can think a bit more carefully about things. Haaland was spotted training today, so he may be coming back into the team sooner than expected. There are just many issues with the team at the moment, and I would love to bring in Porro, sort out probably I could do so. Right, guys, this is where live streams are good because I can have a back and forth, whereas this is just me rambling on. But I think Cash to Porro would be very tempting for me, and then Willian to Richarlison, and then the front 3, probably Darwin to Solanke. If not, I'll have to do Darwin to Haaland. I don't know, I'm stressed. I'm so stressed, and I'm not fully sold on Trippier at the moment, but I'm hoping now he's back, he's ready to go. So this is the team. Do let me know, as always, in the comments what you think about it, and if you've got any dilemmas, drop those in the comments below as well, and I will try to reply as many as possible. I'm hoping to live stream on Saturday night after the games, and it will be the last stream before Christmas. Woo! Christmas cheer. So don't forget to subscribe, do whack on the notifications, and you can know when I'm going live. You can also follow me on Twitter at YellowNetFPL, where I always post just ahead of going live. Sometimes I'm a bit late. This has been called out before. I'll say I'm going live at 7 o'clock and it will be 7:01, 7:02, but just stick around. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.